Hello, my name is Goodle. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing some kanji practice. I'm alive after some power outages. Hi Sprockets, sorry about the sudden drop on the afternoon stream. That was just a sudden loss of electricity in my whole neighborhood. And there was nothing I could really do about it. Luckily the power came on a short time after that, and so I wasn't without electricity for very long, but sometimes that stuff just happens. Honestly, I have always said that, you know, random luck really, it's still hot, yeah. And there was no fan or AC on at the time. A big part of streaming or doing any sort of like online, if you're streaming, if you're doing YouTube stuff, if you're doing Twitch stuff, if you're a content creator of any kind, big or small, a lot of times it's just kind of random luck that you just gotta kind of hope everything goes your way constantly. Like this was a random bad luck. A bunch of people, they'll just get random bad weather stuff, random bad family stuff, random like, you know, accidents or sicknesses or something like that, and some of those random bad luck stuff could totally make or break a content creator's career. Things like mental health issues, things like job issues, stuff that you have no control over, honestly. And up until now, I've been pretty good. I haven't had a lot of you know, bad luck occurrences or streaks or anything like that. And this isn't jinxing it. This is just like knowing that there have been other people who have ended very, very quickly. A blackout, you know, that's one of those examples of one like that, where it's not really something that you can plan or have control over. And it was a little discouraging, but it was, you know, it kind of came at sort of a funny time, like right during or right after like a climactic scene where it's just like, oh man, can you guys believe that just happened? And then it was it was suddenly like gone right at that moment. And so, like, you know, that there's probably going to be other stuff like that in the future, and hopefully it's not bad. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm hoping that whatever bad luck stuff happens in the future, that it doesn't really discourage me from continuing completely. Today's probably going to be still a shorter stream. I say that constantly, but it's always usually ends up still like an hour and a half. But I just want to make sure I get some practice done. I don't really need to do like a whole 100 review things like I sometimes give a goal for myself. I just want to make sure that I get it done, that I do a little bit more than nothing, you know, because otherwise, like I feel like there's so much stuff going on in my life at the moment, and a lot of it is stuff that I planned or know about or like signed up for or did to myself, but still it feels like there's so much going on, both good and bad stuff, just like all over the place, where I feel like I need to be paying attention to so much at the moment. Streaming is fun because streaming I can take my mind off of all that and just kind of play some video games, and but you know, still like life is just happening. Life is just going on. You just gotta get through all the busy times and come out the other side, and then be thankful for the less busy times. And hopefully the busy times or the stressful times aren't very discouraging. I don't think they're the one thing that I'm happy about is I don't feel like there could be too much that would make me want to stop streaming entirely. Streaming is such a fun outlet for me, a way to like put out creative energies and creative things into the world that I've often thought. I talked about this on stream with Megan Martian as well when we were there was an audience, I think an audience member or someone was talking about being small time, being like a streamer and feeling frustrating that that if you're not getting any attention, and like, man, we're all small streamers, like we all know what that feels like. You know, we all start from zero, unless you make it into a big company and you start from 100,000, but like all of us, you know, got to start at zero. And what I said there was something that I still feel like, and is if you told me right now that this was as big as I was gonna get, that I'm never gonna get new followers, I'm never gonna get a lot of attention, I'm never going to be popular or anything like that, would I still do it? Would I still continue streaming, knowing that like it's guaranteed this will be it, this will be as big as you get? Whatever friends you've already made, whatever like fans you've already made, whatever like however many followers you have, that's it, no more. Would you continue? At the moment, I'm like, yeah, I would. I'm doing this, like, this has been, I've felt the best about myself ever since I started streaming. Like, doing creative stuff and actually doing something productive, doing something that feels productive, like making movies or videos or songs or art. Just the fact that I've started doing kanji practice and started doing art for the channel more often than I was before, that's already productive. And so the feeling that I'm actually doing something like productive, even if it's not for a career, just something artistic or productive, makes me feel good. And if I was doing all of this like privated videos, completely nobody watching, I'd still probably want to do it. And that makes me feel good, knowing that that's like, even during busy times like right now, busy or stressful times, random blackouts, random stuff going on, where like it feels like life is going a mile a minute and all this stuff is swirling around, and yet I still like, well, I mean, I still got to stream. I still want to stream. Like streaming is sort of a given. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good about how I view streaming. It's not an obligation. It's not a chore. It's not something that, you know, depresses me. Sometimes it feels bad to not get any attention on stuff, but like that's not gonna stop me from streaming. Like, it feels bad to not get attention, but it still feels good to stream, if that makes sense. The stream itself is not the bothersome thing. And so with all of this stuff, like every time I'm reminded, just like, man, I like doing this. It feels good. It feels validating. It feels like like you found a good reason to do something, or like you're very sure that this thing was sort of a right call for you. That's kind of how I feel. That's kind of even that's why even when life is super busy, I'm still like here doing kanji practice every week, because that makes me feel good. That feels productive. So enough of my rambling, emotional rambling. Let's actually do the thing that we came here for. Let's do some kanji practice. All right, this is gone. This is the coastline, and the coast is gone, I believe. Meaning coast. Gone. That one I think is labor. I think they're all labor. That one's not labor. That one is move. Heavy power is move. And it's dolbutsu. That's one half of dolbutsu, which is one half of animal. Moving thing. Alright. Yane. Yane. That's yabe. Yane. Roof. Roof. Room. Susumeru. Susumeru. To progress or advance. To progress. Mukashi. Mukashi. I'm excited for the Pokemon news that's gonna be coming in a couple of hours. I haven't really been looking at leaks or anything, so whenever they have new news, it's usually the first time I'm seeing stuff. And I'm excited for Scarlet and Violet. I think it's gonna be fun. I like the look of some of the Pokemon so far. Susumeru. Sometimes, my Pokemon is something that I've enjoyed the games of. I was like a super obsessed fan when I was a kid. I watched the anime, got the cards, got a bunch of figures and plushies and everything while playing the game. And then I kind of fell out of everything except for the games. I still loved the games my entire life. And Sword and Shield, the fandom sucked around that time so hard. Like, all the players and fans and everything, they just sucked all of the enjoyment out of that otherwise perfectly enjoyable game, that it really kind of soured, it really kind of dulled my enjoyment of the franchise, and I didn't buy some of the other games that came out. I didn't buy the expansion. I didn't buy Arceus. What is this one? I actually forget this one. But I'm excited for Scarlet and Violet. It feels like far enough away from any of that sort of drama. I'm not really listening to it. I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm sure there still is some. What is this one? I don't even know this one. This is, I think, a new one. All right, we got... is this city? Is this a city? Like a metropolis? Yeah. What was the mnemonic? Reading mnemonic. You try to picture the faces of all the people in Metropolis. Pictures. Toes. Toe. Someone. A bunch of buildings. Just a bunch of buildings. This is... Is this taste? No. Yes? I can't remember. No, this is idea. Yeah. Shinpai goto. Shinpai goto. I remember the weirdest thing about the Sword and Shield uproar was like everyone. I don't know why everyone thought this. This seems like such a weird. This seems like such a weird, like as if everyone's brains collectively stopped working or something. Everyone was naturally upset if their the Pokemon that they liked weren't in the game, which is perfectly understandable. But I got Arceus and I have to make myself play it. I mean, it just doesn't seem like the type of game that, since it's different from other Pokemon games, I do like the structure, just JRPG sort of structure of regular Pokemon games. So like an open world like Arceus just isn't really the type of Pokemon that I want to play. But otherwise, it seemed pretty cool. But the weirdest part of Sun and or of Sword and Shield was like it's perfectly understandable to be like upset that your favorite Pokemon or a Pokemon that you like isn't in the game. That's reasonable. If you don't want to buy the game because Toll. You don't want to buy the game because is it just one or is it two? Toll. It's just Toe. And so then that's understandable. If you feel like the graphic fidelity or gameplay style has not updated enough and that it's not really worth the $60 anymore, that's also perfectly understandable. Like all those things that people were complaining about, perfectly reasonable. And if you don't want to buy the game for that, or if you feel like it's worth complaining about, like man, they haven't like updated enough stuff, perfectly reasonable. Calling it the culling and treating it as if all those Pokemon are being erased from the games, as if they're never coming back. I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know where they got this idea. You're like, well, there's no Geodude in this game. That means there's no Geodude ever again. It's like, you're joking, right? You don't actually think that they're getting rid of stuff, right? Like not having only like 400 Pokemon in one game. Do you think that it's only those 400 Pokemon now for the rest of forever? That there's no other, there's not gonna be that one ever again. It was such a common like complaint and such a common like way of calling what was going on. Like people used the word culled as if they had been culled from the Pokedex. That was the word that going around. I was like, no, they just didn't make it for this one. That like, I hated the fandom around that time. The fans were complaining. The fans were making some good complaints or some like, you know, very appropriate complaints. And then a whole bunch of stupid bullshit garbage that like was making drama out of nothing, that it really soured just my whole enjoyment of everything. And so I'm generally just not looking at what people are saying about Scarlet and Violet. I'm just avoiding it. I don't care what they say. I don't care what sort of bad opinions people have of it, or what kind of complaints they have of it. I'm gonna buy it. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I won't. Kind of similar to Star Wars too. Like I remember I used to like Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars anymore because the fandom kind of ruined Star Wars for me. They kind of ruined their own series for me. The overreaction of the fans hearing the same thing. I feel like that statement that you just said is true even beyond just Pokemon. Like pretty much any overreaction is just that. We could be talking about literally any series at that point. That's not even specific to Pokemon. A lot of times, parroting is, I feel like it's a big problem in fandom in general, where one person will make a point and like everyone will just treat it like that's the point, like that's their own point, or like that's all that there is to say. But that's also not exclusive to video games. Like politics are the same way, where it's just like you listen to someone who is good at talking, not even smart, just good at talking, say a thing, and that will be what you adopt as your thoughts, like forever. I don't need my own experience. This guy didn't like, yeah, like I don't need to form my own thought. I will use this other person's thought as my own. This person had like stated something very funny or very passionately, and therefore I will adopt that as my own attitude towards it without worrying about anything else. Sometimes it is like, not every person this is a bad thing for. If we're just kind of going on a tangent about fandom or about people's like being manipulated or influenced by what they hear other people say or what they find online, it's not always because the person is dumb. It's not always because you know, the person can't think for themselves. One of my best friends is a very, very smart, very, very critical like person who like absolutely is like above all of that stuff, but he's also just not great at describing his own feelings. He's not great at like when he likes a thing or when he dislikes a thing, he knows inside like what's going on, but he just can't find the words to describe it. He really likes watching reviews and deep dives and people talker videos where people will like, you know, discuss themes of stuff or goods or bads of like franchises, or definitely like, you know, the type of videos like I made a 2-hour video on why this thing is good type of videos. And quite often he might agree with some of the stuff they say, he might disagree with some of the stuff they say, but mostly he finds that they put into words a lot of the feelings he already had. And that can be true for fandoms as well. A lot of people, like, they are copying the words of another person, not necessarily because they are just taking their feelings and they're just like adopting whatever feelings this person has and you know, just blindly following. Sometimes it is because you feel a certain thing that you can't quite describe and someone else just puts it so eloquently. Someone else just puts it so like, that's such a clever way to say it. I'm just going to use those words. That's the easiest way for me to do it. That does exist. And so sometimes it is that. And sometimes, you know what? You are just copying what another person is saying. I hope that when people do that, they at least credit whoever said it and be like, at least say that like, this one person I saw on, or this person I saw like on YouTube, you know, and say the name of the person, said it this way. I really like how they said it. And then you say what they said. Like, you got to credit the people that are talking about it. That being said, not everyone is doing that. Like, there's not a black and white to this. Mukashi Banashi. Some people do it for because it helps them put into words what they're already feeling. Other people are just blindly following, and it's they will just listen to whatever other people say and repeat the same stuff because they are no thoughts, don't care, just love to watch the world burn. And hopefully and some people are able to actually form thoughts out of their own opinions and are well informed and well read. I'm mad at Pokemon because I keep buying it. That's a valid reason. I'm mad that they keep on taking my money. Fuck. So that's is to be raised. So there's not a whole lot of things these days that every damn time. There's not a whole lot of franchises that I loved as a kid or was obsessed with as a kid that I still feel super strongly as I did as a kid about. There's still stuff that I love. A lot of the stuff that I liked as a kid is still good and I still love. But I was certainly more fervently obsessed. My whole life was around it as a kid. To be raised, to be nurtured, to be raised. That like, now I have just sort of an even, sort of moderate enjoyment of things, and it's not quite as extreme as it ever was. I feel like I don't really feel extreme feelings about any media now. Whether it's maybe music, but whether it's any sort of TV show or movie or video game, like, actually, you know what, some video games I still get super obsessed with. And like, I've even felt recently with some of the games that I've been playing, like the same I will lose like 10 hours in a day to it, the same way that I felt when new Pokemon used to come out. I think that I still did that with Sword and Shield when it came out. But definitely like movies or TV shows and even things that I like get super obsessed with, I'm still more guarded to be able to hear. I'm still I don't have the same intensity of love. I might have the same intensity of obsession, but I don't have the same intensity of love. I'm not making it my entire life. And I feel like that's probably a defense mechanism. Just I've encountered so many bad fandoms over the years that like I don't want to get super hyped for something because then it feels bad if someone disparages it. Suffering. And so I'm just like, you know what, I'll enjoy it, but I'm not gonna like invest everything in it. A folk tale, a long ago story. And so right now I'm just enjoying a sort of moderate, distanced enjoyment and appreciation of Scarlet and Violet. I don't know what, like I'm not checking leaks. I'm not really listening or caring too much what other people say. I'm just like, okay, new trailer dropped. Oh, I like that design. Yeah, I think I'll get it. And then maybe it's enjoyable, maybe it's not. I would play that on stream. I feel like that would be enjoyable to, rather than just having it be on my own, just to play it on stream. Man, everyone's gonna be playing on stream. I'm gonna be like one of millions of people who are all playing Pokemon at the same time. I generally just like playing. Avoid video game leaks? Yeah. I mean, I don't really care too much if I see them. But I'm not going to searching for them. Like, if people say like, hey, here's a leak to the links. Wait, here's a link to the leaks. And it's like, you know, a spoilered link. And just like, hey, you can unspoiler the link if you want, or unhide the link. I'll just be like, okay. Like, I won't click on it. But like if a leak comes across like my timeline or something, like someone reposts it, and I'm just like, oh, is that the new one? Oh, interesting. Like I'm not really that upset about it at this point. Try to keep my expectations real, don't seek them out. Yeah. Sometimes leaks will legitimately, like, or I should say sometimes spoilers will legitimately get me more interested in a thing that I wasn't interested in before, where like knowing the ending or knowing the secret thing in there, I'm just like, oh really? Oh, that's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. All right, I kind of want to see that now. But you know, you can never know when it is going to be. There are some games or movies or things that I definitely am so glad I was not spoilered on. That like, man, if I had been spoiled on that, it would have been such a different experience. Like I played Portal 1 a few years after it came out and was not spoilered on any of the like cake is a lie type stuff. So I got to experience that fresh and it was great. It would have been so much worse if I had been spoiled to that. Same thing with Inside. Inside I played on stream and somehow I had avoided spoilers for like the ending of the game. And I love the ending of that game. That was such a huge, like, wonderful surprise to me that it would have been totally different if I had like seen a bunch of screenshots and stuff. And those times I really appreciate going in fresh. But sometimes if I had known the endings of those games beforehand, I still probably would have enjoyed it and it wouldn't have ruined my life. Like it still would have been just as fun. Maybe not just as fun. It still would have been fun. And so like I can't be super upset and be like, yeah, you know, it's fun. But if I can, I try to, so that's avoid stuff. One game that I am being totally, I don't want spoilers, and I am very excited because I want to play it in the future, is Superliminal. Superliminal seems like the kind of puzzle game that I would absolutely love. And so, like, I have avoided watching people stream it. I've avoided like any sort of gameplay videos or posts or anything about it because like I want to play that one day and I want to go in fresh. I've heard Wheel of Time with no longer series. I'm glad. That's awesome. Usually spoilers don't turn me off of media. Yeah, you usually don't turn me off of it. When people are like, hey, do you mind spoilers? Love that question. I fucking love that question when people go, hey, do you care about spoilers for this? And then I can decide, yeah, I guess don't tell me anything. Love that question. That's such a good question. And there's like, okay, so I won't say anything about that. Like, I'll kind of talk around it or something like that. This is move. Shinpai goto, worries. You love a question. You love a question like that. All right, Ku. Master. Youth. A youth, a juvenile. What is this? Is this finger point? Finger indicate? Shite suru. I think it's she is finger. Shite suru. Yeah. Now, to finger someone is not what it seems like it means. It means to indicate someone, to point out someone. It does say finger someone though. But it's say so. It's say so. You're indicating. You're not indicating. You're indicating. Me. E? E. Indicating. I like that one. That was a very funny one. Let's see. All right. It's already been like half an hour and I've only done 12 kanji. That's okay. I've been rambling. I feel like rambling. Me and my friends were making lists of a bunch of horror movies that we wanted to watch together. And that was fun because there's so many horror movies out there, Shigoto work, that are like classics and I know about but haven't seen fully, that I'm excited to watch. Like I have never seen any David Lynch anything. No Twin Peaks, no like Elephant Man, no Mulholland Drive, and I wanted in the future like go through like a bunch of David Lynch movies, and so we were like, oh, we should all watch Twin Peaks together. Like that'd be great. Like that sounds so fun. And like right now I'm on a Cronenberg kick where like I watched The Fly and I'm gonna watch Eraserhead and I'm gonna watch Scanners and a bunch of stuff, and like I'm just kind of like going some like directors that have like I've always known about but have never watched any of their stuff. I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna go through those. So it was fun kind of making some lists of movies with friends that we can all watch together. Hososuru. To release. I think this is just to release something. To release. No? It's like, is it to distribute or to broadcast? It's probably like to broadcast. To broadcast something. To deliver, distribute. Let's say to release. To release. Something. To deliver. Something. To distribute something. And to broadcast. Alright, ooh, this is a battle. This is a battle or a war. Tatakai. That's a word you'll see in Pokemon. I have a ROM version of Pokemon Green, a Japanese version of Pokemon Green, and also I think like I've tried setting the language on some of my 3DS games, 3DS Pokemon games to Japanese to see if it's easy enough to follow. If I like already know how to play the game, so I already know where all the menu stuff is, if that would be a good way to like practice things. Tatakai is you know, just battle. It's just the word that they use for battle. So some of these words I recognize from Pokemon because of that. Soratsu is, and what is it like? Soretsu. There's an intransitive version, or there's a transitive version of that. But to raise a Pokemon, to nurture a Pokemon, like to raise a Pokemon, is that same like Soratsu word that we had earlier. And then get this, item is item. I don't know, it's so weird, right? Item is item. Oh man, okay. It's actually sometimes harder to read it without kanji. Because like if there are so many homophones in Japanese that like it's impossible to know what like kyo in this word means if kyo is in like every other word. That like honestly even the kanji almost make it easier to read just because they're so recognizable. Well, maybe not so recognizable, but they're recognizable. Not if you don't know how to pronounce it though. Yoshitsu. This is a Western style room. You know, like no tatami mats and futons and stuff. A bed dresser, that kind of thing. Western style room. Shigoto. Shigato. Ochiba. Ochiba. Fallen leaves. Tatakai. A battle. A war. Looking forward to a playthrough of a Japanese game you have never played. Yikes. I don't know. That would be fun if I could randomly guess at what things mean and I had to like go through the game randomly. If it was like a dating simulator that was in Japanese and I had to like answer their questions, it'd be like, you know, a cute anime girl like asks like, you know, some question and it's like, what do you think of this new skirt that I'm wearing? But I like have no idea what it's saying and I just see a bunch of answers, and I just see what ending I get. That would be funny. But if it was something like a JRPG or if it was something like a story-based game that like, you know, I would just be floundering. I would just need to be like, all right, I don't know where the fucking menu is. I gotta to Google what the menu is. Like that would be boring as shit. That wouldn't even be funny. But something where it's like short splitting paths and like my answers or my understanding of Japanese could like affect have some funny outcomes. I feel like a dating sim is a good example. Then that would sound pretty funny. That would be a pretty funny stream. Like person who doesn't know Japanese plays Japanese dating sim and insults all the girls accidentally. Drink every time you get a bad ending. Oh no. That does sound pretty fun. Alright, Chewy warning. You get the stabbed ending. Man, why do so many games have a stabbed ending? I've been stabbed in so many games. God damn. Am I that bad of a date and or murder mystery solver? Chewy, I think it's a warning. Is it focus? Is a warning? Poor one's not. I think it's a. I mean, it's Chewy. All right. Is this? Pour your thoughts out. I think that's like. Alarm, warning, caution. I think it's caution. Caution, attention, warning, yeah. I got stabbed in real life once. It was hilarious. I mean, maybe if we have different definitions of hilarious. Did you actually get stabbed in real life? That's pretty hilarious. I have so many questions, Sprockets. Where did you get stabbed? And with what were you stabbed? And who stabbed you? And why did they stab you? I have so many questions, Sprockets. Let's start with, what did you get stabbed by and where? That feels like an important one. Sheet days. 2 in dick 8. Stabbed in the leg with a knife. Ouch. Yeah. That can be fucking instant death right there. Or a very quick death right there. God damn. Alright. Next question. Was it intentional? And was he trying to murder you? I'm almost afraid to get deeper into these questions. But my curiosity is winning out. This is a warning or caution. Yoshitsu. This is this no, this is wave. This is wave. This is, huh? Housou suru. Ochibas, fallen leaves. Utao, sing, song, sing. 2, sing. Hanashikata, way of speaking. Hanashikata. Chichioya's father. Utao. Monogatari. Monogatari. A story. Hanasu. To release. Wave. It was intentional, but he also made a mistake in estimating the puncture resistance of legs. That's not a funny occurrence, but that is a very funny way of phrasing it. I've made a mistake in estimating the puncture resistance of legs. And then legs have a puncture resistance of 0. Okay. The next questions that I'm curious about. How old were each of you at the time? And, you know, how serious was the wound after that? Because you're still alive, and I have to assume that you're not a ghost in the machine right now. So I can only assume that he did not hit the big old femoral artery. $17.21, so like kid, young adults, definitely old enough to know better, but also like young enough to still be doing stupid stuff. Puncture resistance of 0. And how serious was it? Kyoryu. Together shared. Together have. Including. With this attached, including. Hanashikata. Way of speaking. Spieling. Way of speaking. Way of talking. It was only a couple inches deep. A couple inches is pretty deep. It didn't bleed as much as I expected. Inches are pretty big. Practically a band-aid and I was on my way. God damn. God damn, I got stabbed a couple inches deep into my leg and put a band-aid on and walked away. You're probably a tougher person than me, Sprockets. Like, oh yeah, just got stabbed in the leg again. Oh man, this always happens. Get out another band-aid for me. No, one of the bigger ones. This one's a couple inches, you know. Just walking it off. I was on my way. It's just like you had somewhere to be. And you're like, ah, damn, I'm late for work. Give me a band-aid, will you? Looking back, it was probably worse, but I'm lucky enough to have been a moron. Sprockets, thank you for this. This has been very enjoyable of a story. I'm sorry you got stabbed, but I'm enjoying the story, the way that you're telling the story. Definitely funny getting this info in this sort of way. Radical's business. And I'm glad you're okay. I was glad you were okay after that. I wonder if I would have had the same resilience. When I was 21, probably. When I was 21, I'm older than that. When I was 21, I probably had both the enough of a moron myself and probably the desire to look tough enough that I probably was, I'm fine. I just got, don't worry about that. It's okay. It's just a couple inches deep. I got places to be. Hold on. I need to go to work. Now? Oh, absolutely no way. I'd be like canceling everything and be like, I'm canceling life for the next 2 weeks. I got stabbed in the leg and I'm going to use that as my excuse. I'm going to ride out that for until I feel like doing stuff again because I don't really want to do anything for a while, actually. Turns out after being stabbed, I don't want to do anything for a bit. I want to chill for a bit. Is this you, Cole? I think this is just you, Cole. You, Cole. You go. You know it's Yuko. You know it's Yuko. Monogatari. This is a story. That was a very interesting stabbing story. Very interesting. Omoshiroi. What's stabbing? What's stabbing in Japanese? Oh shit, this question's gonna get me on a list. Don't Google this. I don't want to be on a list. I don't want to be on a watch list. I've already said the word stab, and after all of those Gartic phone collabs where everyone drew me either stabbing or getting stabbed, I got this somehow. How does my channel attract so many stabbings? This is absurd. I'm soup. Who brings a knife to who? How is a soup this connected to knives? Knives aren't even necessary for soup. No one needs them. Kyoryu? Why isn't it like a spoon or a fork or something? Tell you what, I feel like it. I don't know if it would have made the story more or less painful if you had been stabbed by a fork. That probably would have been definitely a bit more accidental, but maybe that would have felt worse. All right, this is a mountain road. Take me home to the place where I belong. Yamamichi. Mountain Mama, take me home. Mountain Road. Spring Fountain. Kyoso. A competition. Kyoso. Competition. Tsuki. Ooh, is it Tsuki or Tsuki? Tsuki. I think it's just Tsuki because we don't know what's coming before it. Yeah. This is sun. Calculate. Calculate. I would have had a very stern conversation with my brother if he had stabbed me with a spoon. Then I would just be asking so many more questions. How did he sharpen that spoon? Or did he find a spoon somewhere? Okay, I have one last question to help me picture this story of yours. What kind of place were you guys in? Were you in like a kitchen or like at a dining table, like a dinner table, or like an outdoor? Was it like a hunting knife or something? Like what kind of activity or place were you guys in? Like a school cafeteria? It's just, yeah, I got stabbed over there. And they wanted to test the resilience of legs, so they decided to stab them. Turns out it's 0. Sun. Yuko. Is this friendship? That's friend and like. Friendship. Yay! Sung. Sung. I think this is this arithmetic or math, you know? Sensu. Maths. Haha, American company. It's not maths. It's math. In your face. I think it's Sensu or Sensu. Kokoromochi. 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 There we go. My living room. He came in, sat down beside me in the couch, and poked my leg with a knife. We were both surprised to see the blade disappear. Holy shit. He just like came in. Huh? That's such a quick thing, and I like that's so fucking stupid. Guys, that's so fucking stupid. It wasn't in like anger. It wasn't like an argument or a frustration. It was just sit down on the couch. Hey bro, what's going on? Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't think it was gonna go in. What the fuck? That's I don't know if you were being sarcastic earlier, but that's kind of funny. That's when you called it hilarious. Like I'm starting to think so. Maybe it was just sarcasm you're using, but I'm starting to find it hilarious. I'm sorry you got stabbed, but it's really funny. That's gonna go on like out of context quotes that I'll regret later. I'm sorry you got stabbed, but it was really funny. I'm gonna go to jail with that line. That's gonna be used as evidence against me. Kion. Temperature. Air temperature, specifically. Yamamichi. Yamamichi. Do 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 do. Yamamichi. There we go. It was genuinely funny. I'm glad it happened. That story has made me laugh so many times. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad I got stabbed. What a positive outlook on life. Honestly, if I had to choose, I'd have to do it again. You know, just relive the good old days. Hey, come on, my leg's open. Let me relive the good old days when I used to get stabbed. Go ahead and stab me again, just for old time's sake. That's some fucked up nostalgia right there. Still, I love that. I love that a whole lot. I hope I could have the. I hope in the future I have the same attitude when I'm stabbed. Izumi. I hope that when, not if, when I get stabbed in the leg in the future, that I can have the same sort of attitude. Because I'm just like assuming that it's probably gonna happen. Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah, I mean, like let's face it. Plenty of people out there probably want to stab me. That it's just good. It's just bound to happen at this point. Better at least prepare for it and not try and avoid it. Radical name, man. That's a radical name right there. Early, fast. Haisha. Haya is a dentist. Chikara ipai. You got power in your ipais. But really, ipai is just a lot, but like, you get what I'm going for. Full strength, full power. Lots of power. Full strength. Hit him with full strength. As far as I know, it is something that will definitely happen. As far as I know, it'll definitely happen. Wait, what do you know? What do you know that I don't know? Who sent you? Who's your inside person? A knife. That's what went inside. No. Senro. And that is a railway line, a railway track. Rail. Let's just say a rail line. Railroad track, train track, railway track, track line. Railway line, yeah. Senro. Kokoromochi. It means, I think it's your mood. Like what you hold in your heart is your mood. You're feeling about stuff. Your mood. Haisha. Ha-isha. Haisha. Everyone I had ever been had been stabbed. That is 100%. That's probably a typo. And I will assume that it was something pretty clever that you said. Don't even worry. I got you. I got you. Damn, that's insightful. Sprockets, you really know what you're talking about. That's some, always go for the wisdom. Everyone I'd ever been had been stabbed. It's just hot. It's just hot. It just means hot. Hot weather. No, just let's just say hot. Can't remember if it's hot. Hot weather it is. Chikara ipai. Chikara ipai. There we go. Okoru. I'm gonna save that for next. I'm gonna save that for later. I'll finish up on this one for now. That'll be all that I do there. There's one new lesson. Sure, let's see what this one new lesson is. Chapter. Person standing up early. Standing early. Not on a flower, but just standing early. You stand at a podium early in the morning to practice reading the chapter from your latest book. That's quite a stretch. Not the worst stretch I've seen, but it's quite a stretch. Show. A chapter. Show your work. Show the chapter. Standing up early. For show and for the show and chapter. Writing is this boon show? Mon show? Boon show. I don't get to hear that. I think my sound is turned off. Boon show. Daini show. Dainisho. And decoration. I don't know this kanji yet. Kunsho. Merit chapter. Huh? To show that you had merit for a chapter of your life, you'll be given a decoration or a medal. So does it mean medal order? I get that, like, to be decorated, a decorated person means like you have a lot of awards or medals. But does that only mean medals, or does it mean like Christmas decorations and ornaments and stuff like that? Why did you decline the winning medal? I feel like it's just medal as opposed to those kinds of decorations. Glitter. Merit chapter. Let's save that for next time. I'm not going to do the... I feel like I need to take another look at that one before I'm really able to get it all solved. So that's all for my stream for tonight. And I gotta take care of stuff. I don't want to take care of life stuff. My executive dysfunction doesn't let me take care of life stuff, and I hate doing it. I gotta take care of bills. They're all easy. That's easy stuff. I just need to like email people or just send a click a payment of stuff. It's all stuff that like I could just take 5 minutes and do, but it's just annoying stuff. And so I never do it. I always procrastinate. But I guess I gotta go do it now. Set up a bunch of appointments, do billing stuff, be a functional human adult when I'm not a cup. Be a functioning human soup, adult soup. Or just play video games all night and just ignore everything. Nah, I gotta do stuff. I do need to make myself some dinner though. Got a whole bunch of fun shaped pastas because I am 12 at heart. So, you guys all have a good night. Thank you, Sprockets, for coming in, telling me this wonderful, inspiring story. Just a beautiful, heartfelt tale of heroism and overcoming odds, friendship and love, and achieving your goals. And just hold on, no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the synopsis for Finding Nemo. That's the story of Finding Nemo. Your story was fucked up. Thank you for talking about getting stabbed. I enjoyed it a great deal. I hope you do it again sometime and tell me all about it. And yeah, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow night. I'm gonna ask some players and stuff for more characters to draw. I haven't gotten any response from anyone looking for characters to draw. I want someone to draw, so I'm gonna open it up to some other people I know, see if they will have any characters, because I really want to draw some D&D characters this week. So I want to find something. I could draw some of my own, but I want to draw other people's and see what my interpretation is. So I'll see what I can find there. I really just need like 1 or 2, and that should tide me over for the next 2 nights. So that's tomorrow night. More Shantae. I finally get to get back to Shantae after it cut off from having a power outage earlier today or like, you know, yesterday. Finally get back to it on Thursday. That might be the last. I think that'll be the finale of Shantae. I don't think there's that much more. I think like a 3-hour stream that day should be enough. So that's exciting. And then, yeah, Dicey Dungeons, Unravel 2, collab with Megan Martian again on this Sunday. We had I had some internet problems that day. So many random problems. I had some internet problems that day when we were playing the first time, so we only got about an hour and a half in. But hopefully, like, it'll be better this time. And we had a really good time just chatting, talking to each other during that. So it didn't feel like a bad accident. But we're gonna try and get farther into the game this time. I'm gonna try and lower all my settings, make sure that it's not a connection issue or a power issue, and keep on playing from that. So, good night, everyone. enjoy your work, enjoy having healthy legs, healthy skin, and enjoying the just utmost resilience, stabbing resilience that your legs can provide you. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.